Hello guys, I hope you all are doing good. I am Vaishali Kikan and we are discussing the optical communication. We have already seen some basic concepts regarding optical communication in the previous videos. I hope you all have seen all of the previous videos. Now today in this video we are going to talk about the optical spectral band. So optical spectral band is specified by the International Telecommunication Union or ITU. So we are going to see in detail what are different optical spectral bands and what is optical region, what is visible region, what are the different windows of the operation, plus how attenuation is going to impact our wavelength selection for the particular optical communication system. So first of all we are going to see what is optical region. So the optical region is the region which is starting from the wavelength 0.5 nanometer and it is going up to 0.1 mm. So it is a very big range, it is a very big band of wavelength, and in this band we have the optical region with the help of which we can do the optical communication. So now we have the visible region. Right, so now visible region is the region in which we can see, our eyes can see the EM waves, and it is ranging from the wavelength 0.4 micrometer to 0.7 micrometer. Okay, so this thing must be clear. Now what is the difference between optical region and the visible region? Optical region is far broader than the visible region. Visible region contains just the EM waves which are visible to the human eyes. So it is also present in the optical region. It is the subdivision of the optical region. It is a part of optical region. You can see it, right? So this region is present in this region, right? So now coming to the wavelength selection, how we select the wavelength. In the year 1970, when the optical communication was first introduced, right, we have already talked about it in the history part, and when the optical communication was first introduced with the help of glass fibers, we were not having the technology of purifying the glass, so the losses were high, right? So we were working upon the attenuation. We want the attenuation to be as low as possible. So what we saw, this is the y-axis which shows the attenuation, the x-axis shows the wavelength. Okay, even though I am working on the specified range of wavelength, I have to select which particular wavelength among the band I have to work upon. So we can plot the attenuation values. So attenuation values were like this. So now here we can see that we have this region over which we have the least attenuation. So this region was centered around the wavelength 800 nanometer, right? So this is called the window 1. So how we had selected window 1? We had selected window 1 by comparing the losses, right? So we wanted least transmission losses, and for that we considered least attenuation, right? When the attenuation was least, I had selected my window over there, and over this window I was operating for a particular optical communication system, right? So now in the year 1980s we had some modification in the purity of the glass. So how we can purify the glass? In the year 1980 we had various techniques. We had already talked about some of the techniques in the VLSI PPTs as well. So now in the year 1980s we had the more purified glass. We had better purification methods, and again we saw the attenuation graph with respect to the wavelength, right? So now when we saw this graph, the graph was like this. So you can see here I can select two windows. Now you must be confused. I have to select the least attenuation, so I must select this window. This window is called the window 3. and this window is called the window 2. A lot of people might be getting confused here that why I have selected the window 2 where the attenuation is higher than the attenuation over here. So this is centered around the wavelength 1550 nanometer and it is centered around the wavelength 1300 nanometer. So the window 3 is having the least attenuation, right? We can see this from the graph of the attenuation versus wavelength. But now if I see the window 2, here in the window 2 I will be having the least dispersion losses, right? So both of them are having their advantages. So we are working on the window 1 in the previous times, then we are working on window 2 as well as window 3 depending upon the type of application. Now coming to the different spectral bands. So now the spectral bands were specified by ITU. And what is ITU? ITU is International Telecommunication Union. Right, so International Telecommunication Union specified 6 bands over which we can do our optical communication. So the first band is original band. So original band is having the range 1260 to 1360 nanometer. Then we have extended band, which is ranging from 1360 to 1460 nanometer. After that we have short band, which is ranging from 1460 to 1530 nanometer. Then we have the conventional band, it is ranging from 1530 to 1565 nanometer. After that we have the long band, which is ranging from 1565 to 1625 nanometer. And at last we have ultra long band, which is ranging from 1625 to 1675 nanometer. So this is how we have 6 bands which are specified by ITU, and over these bands we can perform our optical communication. Now we have to see which frequency or which wavelength we are getting the lowest attenuation or the lowest transmission losses, and accordingly we can select which band we want to operate our optical communication system. So here, how to remember these bands? You can see we can remember it with the help of initials. So for original we can write O, for extended we can write E, for short we can write S, for conventional we can write C, for long we can write L, and for ultra long we can write U. So we can remember it as OESCLU. So you can remember this, and this is how you can remember all of the bands that are specified by the ITU for the optical spectral communication. So here I will be concluding my session. I hope you like this session. If you like it, please push the like button and meet me soon in the next session. Please send me your feedback in the form of comment as well. I hope you are meeting me soon in the next video. Thank you so much.